Hey everyone, Joseph Henson with Henson CPA Group here. And this week I want to go through a few things that I know I've been asked about many times and that a lot of people seem to have a lot of questions about. And that's going to be diversifying revenue streams, enhancing veterinary clinic profitability. The way these normally work is I'm going to go through somewhere between 5 and 7 slides and hit on a few key points. Why do I do these every week or periodically? It's because there's a lot of knowledge here that veterinarians and veterinary clinic owners don't know. They spend a lot of their time working directly with patients, as you should. There is no need to spend all of your time learning finances and accounting. That is what you have experts for. You don't have to do all the checking in of your patients every day because you have someone that does that for you. Same thing goes for your financial needs. You don't have to do it all. So like I said, today it's going to be diversifying revenue streams, enhancing veterinary clinic profitability. So what are some challenges that you see as a veterinary clinic? It's volatile patient volumes, rising costs, and increasing competition. Veterinary clinics face increasing difficulties such as how much the patients do fluctuate, what is happening to your operational cost. This year, you're seeing a huge increase possibly in just the cost of operating your clinic and growing competition from new practices or alternative pet care providers. A great example of this is during the COVID-19 pandemic, clinics saw a significant drop in in-person visits. This was creating a lot of income instability. Additionally, the rising cost of medical supplies and labor put a lot of pressure on profitability. Diversification helps with this. It's going to address a lot of the challenges by creating alternative income streams and reducing dependence on any one single source of revenue. This will help create a safety net during periods of low patient visits or economic downturns. There's a lot of things here that this works with. Not only does it help you diversify, it also helps meet a diverse set of client needs. The things that you need today and the things your client needs today will be different tomorrow. The more offerings you have, the more opportunities that you have. There are a lot of clinics I talk to that say, hey, we have a lot of space available to us. We don't know how to utilize it. So what are some areas of diversification you can look at? Pet wellness and preventive care, retail sales, pet boarding and grooming, telemedicine, specialized services. These are all great areas. So with the pet wellness plans, one of the things you can look at doing is introducing a subscription-based wellness plan. What is this? Well, it could look like an annual vaccination package. What does this do and how is this going to benefit you? This will create a predictable monthly income. Say you have a wellness plan that you sell and it's $300, just throwing out a number, every year, or $50 per month, or whatever it is. So you could have these priced competitively so people are prepaying and they know they're going to come back to you every year and not have to worry about how to pay for the preventive wellness of their pet. I know one of the people that we've worked with in the past, they really started doing this and they saw a 25% increase in their profitability because they're already doing the work, but it was the fact that they have this recurring sale every month that they were able to expand and know what's going to happen. Retail sales. Selling high margin items such as pet accessories can boost revenue. A clinic that added pet revenue is easy to add anywhere from 5 to 10%. A lot of people have shelf space available to them in front of their patients. They're waiting there, waiting for the doctor to be able to see them. And there's opportunities here that people aren't using. People spend on their pets like they spend on their kids. It happens. It's a part of it. But how do you take advantage of the fact that this is out there without feeling like you are pushing things on your patients that isn't needed? Another thing, specialized services. Clinics that offer niche services like dentistry or dermatology attract a new client segment. I've seen this happen. I've seen a lot of people who said, hey, I was in general veterinary clinic services. I now specialize in working with disabled pets. We've been able to help, get them therapy, and that increases their profitability tremendously, because not only are you still helping pets, are you still helping people, you're also able to charge a premium for this and know that you're making a difference. Next is going to be the financial benefits of diversification. This comes in a lot of ways. Diversifying revenue streams will actually ensure financial stability by spreading out your income sources. For example, retail sales often have a higher profit margin compared to medical services. This is extremely lucrative if you do it right. Clinics with subscription models have also reported 20% increases, 25, 30% increases in monthly recurring revenue. Why is that important? Like I just said, the recurring revenue can be a game changer. Instead of waiting for your yearly influx of patients, knowing you're getting 1/12 of that every single month is huge. It helps to not only stabilize your cash flow, it also incentivizes people to come back to you. They feel that you care and that they know they're not being nickel and dimed. It also improves client retention. Providing multiple services will help keep your clients engaged, and they are less likely to switch competition to competitors. Honestly, it's a huge thing. It mitigates your financial risk by lessening the impact of market fluctuations on the business. Everyone knows it is extremely difficult in a lot of these industries. Regulation can change what is allowed tomorrow. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But if all of a sudden we do have another pandemic level issue and it's hard to get supplies, if you have another stream, you'll be able to weather that better. So what are some practical steps to implement diversification? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a SWOT analysis. It is basically you're finding your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So one of the things you want to do here is assess the strengths and weaknesses and identify gaps in current offerings by surveying clients about desired services. This is really easy. One clinic that we worked with had toyed with the idea of seeing if telemedicine was worth it. They put that into a client survey, and surprisingly, their clients were not really that big of proponents of it. They felt that they wanted that one-on-one service. They wanted to come in and be able to talk directly to the doctor and not feel like they're paying for nothing. Why was that surprising? Because I know as a person, telemedicine has been huge. If your kid is sick and you're like, hey, he's running a fever, they have this issue or that issue, being able to call a telemedicine has been huge for us. But another clinic might find that their patients, the owners of the pets, love that idea because they're in a higher net worth area. They know that they're going to have to take the time out of their day, find when a doctor is available, go over there, and by the time everything's said and done, they could have lost 2-3 hours of their day just from traveling, waiting. And whereas in a telemedicine, they schedule an appointment, they know they're going to have that in 15 minutes, and they're done. So it's one of those things that knowing your market makes a big difference. Market research is really what I'm talking about here, because you can also investigate what the competitors and local demand in your area is to find unique opportunities, such as adding a grooming service in areas with very few options. If you have a large area and you're not utilizing all of it, you are now having a lot less revenue per square foot than you could have. If you know you can hire a top-notch groomer or 2 or 3 for $50,000, $75,000 a year, but that's going to generate you $125,000, $150,000 a year in extra revenue. Yeah, that's a lot of cost out the door without knowing. But if you're spending 50 to make 100, I'm taking that bet every single day of the week. Knowing that, though, means you have to talk to people. You could also pilot new services. Introduce services like a limited retail line or trial wellness plans. You don't have to stick to these for long terms. It's one of those things that If you try it for 30 days, that might not be enough data. Try it for 90 days. Give it 3 solid months of effort to see how it goes. It's never going to hurt. You can find pet toys that you think are going to sell and you buy a lot of them and they just sit there. Or you can buy what you need and see how these sell. And if it sells really well, you stock it again. If you feel that a lot of the animals you're seeing could benefit from it, bring it in. Offer your vet techs and the other help in the clinic incentives to help sell that stuff. Again, this isn't necessarily something you have to do forever. It's one of those things you can do to see how your market reacts. And also look at client education. Use emails, social media, and in-clinic signage to explain the value of new offerings. You really want to highlight the benefits such as cost savings, especially if you're doing a subscription plan. Show why this is important, how this helps their pet, no more missed appointments. You can show this and show this does make sense for you. It's a great way to drive more conversions with your market. Okay. How about overcoming different steps you're going to have and common challenges? So, initial investment. Again, like I said, you do not have to introduce this all at once. Spread this out. Try it. If it doesn't kick in after 60, 90, 120 days, try something again. One clinic I worked with, they actually financed their expansion into pet boarding through an SBA loan. Within a year, they had the full return on investment. And that's huge. Being able to do this and looking at different opportunities for funding is how you can do this without feeling like you won't have the cash flow. Staff training. Like I said on the screen, invest in training or hire a specialist for these new services. You want to ensure your team's readiness by investing in training or hiring a specialist, because that will be what really drives the profitability. If you have a groomer who's never done it, chances of you actually having a successful grooming business are not great. Now, say you have a groomer who is now certified, you have certified vet techs, you can have certifications in a lot of areas, but get a certified groomer that could actually create a 20, 30, 40% premium on charging. These are things you should do. You went to school, you paid a lot for your education. Investing in your staff does the same thing. It does give you an ROI, a return on investment, because not only are you offering a new service, you're teaching a new skill to those employees, and they feel valued in that themselves. The next thing is you need client education and client buy-in. You need to address client concerns about new services with promotional discounts or even a free trial. For example, you could look at doing the telemedicine consultation and give the first one as free. That way they can see how it works. There's no risk to them. Yes, it costs you your time, or it costs your vet tech time, but there's not a risk to the client. They like it. They decide this is for me. Let's go from here. That's all for today. I'm always happy to take your questions and see how we can help you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, joseph@hensoncpagroup.com. Joseph is Joeseph, as I've said before. Yes, it's spelled wrong. I blame my mom. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.